This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
I gotta adjust this. Okay, that looks better. Now it looks like I'm shooting porn in here. Hey people, it's DLF. I start my new job Wednesday. Of course, I'm not gonna reveal where I'm working because I don't want the Barf or the Clint knowing where I work. What else should I say? It's a government job, so I'm being paid buku bucks. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah. I'm working on a project right now. It may or it may not be up in the next few days. But it's a musical project. But it's not like the regular Dragon Lord Frodo music. Let's just say that this is going to take some ingenuity, like the engines at the Seneca Niagara Casino. It's going to take some ingenuity to pull off this project, but I think I can do it. Because I've actually done it before, like a long time ago. But instead I used cassette tapes. This was way back in the day. This was back when I was still in high school. And, you know, I didn't have musical instruments and shit. So, you know, this was back probably before, like, people downloaded music. It was probably, like, right around the time people started. But yeah, because I used, like, cassette tapes to do it. And it took me about 2 weeks to complete. Okay? So that was kind of a pain in the ass to do back then. So I'm assuming it's going to be a pain in the ass to do today. Alright, I'll tell you kids what it is. So, hold up. So, me and my friend Eugene, okay? So, hold the fuck on for a second. So, a little backstory here. You know, back when I knew my friend Eugene, probably since, I don't know, I want to say first grade, maybe? Because we went to the same school, you know, and, you know, we knew each other since, like, first grade. I have, that's the video that I did. I did a video, like, a couple months ago where he came over and we were just, like, shooting the shit over here. I knew that guy since we were, like, little, okay? Since we were, like, fucking I knew him since I was like fucking, I don't know, 8 years old or so. So, it's not like we got into like fights or anything. It's just that he just became busy, and it's a lot different back then, where he could come over like every single weekend, and but now he comes over once in a while. Where is it? Oh, they're over there. I borrowed some of his PS4 games. Nier Automata and Neo. I think that's how you say it. But the story with him is that, when I used to live on Zelmer, okay, he used to come over a lot, like spend the night and shit with me, and like on weekends and shit. And what would happen is we would sit around and like stay up really late and watch like we're just like two idiots watching like shit, like we'd watch like stupid like fucking infomercials. We were like, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years old, and we were just getting a kick out of these stupid fucking infomercials. And I don't know, I don't really remember what happened, but he tried to explain this to me the other day. So anyway, we get a kick out of the word tight, okay? There's a reason why my band, Dragon Lord Frodo, did a cover of Spice Girls' Spice Up Your Life. It's because they say the word tight in that song like 5 times. Okay? And there's a whole, from what he told me, the reason, see, we have like this little thing that they're called kick words, and one of them is tight, another one is stiff, okay, tight, stiff, what's the other one? Grease is one of them. We made up a new one just recently, bait, because and we have a history behind all these too. I think mold is one of them, but we have a history of all these words. So tight was like the one that like got us started on these kick words. So I guess when one day we were sitting around, and I kept saying something like, I kept saying my pants are too tight or something. I just kept saying that for some reason, and then like later that night we went upstairs, because at the time we didn't have proper internet at Zelmer. We had that web TV thing. I don't know if it's still around anymore, but we had web TV. Okay, it's pretty much just a box that you plug a phone line into. You have a wireless keyboard and mouse, or you don't even have a mouse, do you? I don't remember. I don't remember if we had a mouse. I know we had the wireless keyboard. Oh yeah, you had the remote too or something, didn't you? I don't remember. But I know we had the keyboard. I don't even think there was a mouse for it. But anyway, we were looking up, what was it? This was back when like Mortal Kombat Trilogy came out. So we were like looking up like moves and shit for Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and we found this Mortal Kombat website that had this parody of it. It was, I forget what it was called. It was called like Oral Combat or something like that. And like they just changed all the characters' names. Like I remember one of them was like instead of Shao Kahn, they called him Shallow Cunt or something like that. What was the other one? I think one of them was like, instead of Kano, it was Leo or something like that. Johnny Spooge, I don't know. It was Sonya Lade. It was just a bunch of like these fucking names that they just kept on changing, you know. Raiden, I think Raiden was like Layden or something like that. Oh yeah, Noob Saibot was Boob Saibot, like, you know, how fucking original. But anyway, there was one in particular that got me, and that was the Nightwolf one. And it was and his was Tight Wolf. So from me that kept saying I'm where I got tight pants on, my pants are too tight or something, to seeing Tight Wolf on this thing, we just started laughing. And then the fucking kicker of this story is that even later that night, we're back in my room, we're watching a shitty infomercial. I don't know why. We were just fucking watching them. We weren't even like high either. We were just fucking little kids at the time, you know. But we were watching infomercials. And these infomercials, one of them was for a golf club. And it was called the Tight Lies Golf Club. And we lost it right there. It was a kick word from there on in. So now, every single time we watch a movie, and somebody says tight in the movie, we go ape shit. Okay? Like there was a whole thing where we would sit around and watch South Park, okay? And it's pathetic that I even know this, okay? But we were holding out for South Park to say tight for the longest time, okay? South Park never said tight, okay, until, what's that episode? Man, excuse me. What's that episode where they get those Romanian kids or whatever? There was an episode, it was supposed to make fun of that Elian Gonzalez bullshit, but they use like some Romanian ballet dancers or something. I think that's how the episode went. That was the first episode they ever said tight in. It's pathetic that I know that, but I know it because we were watching for this all you know, for like 2 seasons, okay? And they never said tight in the show. Never said tight until that episode. Okay. The other kick word was what's the other one? Bait. The new one is bait now. Okay. And the reason I bait is a kick word is because I once did a live stream of me playing Dark Souls 3. And I was sitting right here doing the live stream, and Eugene came on and started commenting, and he kept saying that you know how you can summon other characters to come fight with you. Well, you could do that like for bosses and shit, and you take your character into where you fight the boss. And I said something about like there was this one character that just sits there. Was it the Sword Master? I summoned the Sword. That's what it's called. He's called the Sword Master, but he doesn't do anything. He just sits there. And I said, you know what? This guy isn't doing shit. And I said the only thing he's good for is to get the boss to come and attack him, so that I can go around and fucking attack the boss while he's distracted. And Eugene said, "Yeah, you're using him as bait. He's bait, Mike. Bait. He's using him as bait because that guy was bait." And then what was the other one? Stiff. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think I just kept saying stiff for some reason. And then you know what the thing was with stiff? Yeah, it's a sexual innuendo, but I kept saying something like I'm stiff right now. I don't know. But then I'd go like this. Hey, Eugene, look, I'm stiff. Come on. Hey, Eugene, look, I'm stiff. He has to sit there like he's stiff. Hey, get stiff. I can't even do it. I can't even do it with a straight face. But that became a kick word. Grease. Oh, you know what grease was all about? We were frying some shit, right? We were making food, and I think we were making like French fries or something. And I was like, come on, let's just put the fries in the oven and do it. He's like, no, I want to deep fry them because I like them in grease. And he said it just like that. He's like, I don't want them baked. I want them in grease or something like that. And then it was my mom. So we ended up deep frying them, right? And then my mom comes in. Oh man, my mom comes in, and she's all like getting all pissed off because, with the deep fryer and shit, my dick showing again. Ugh. So with the deep fryer and shit, like when you do the deep fryer, like all the oil like evaporates, and then it condensates like on the fucking wall and shit. And she's like, make sure you clean those walls or something, because you're gonna get grease everywhere. So we cooked the food. We didn't bother cleaning the wall. So like right above where the deep fryer was, there was just all the fucking cabinets like had like this grease all over. And my mom comes in and says, "You didn't clean up the fucking cabinet." And then she takes a rag and she wipes it down and she says, "Look at all this grease!" We just started going nuts. mold. Hold on, let me check my spaghetti. Oh, I gotta get to that too. I gotta get to that one too. People reminded me. I reminded myself. I gotta get to that one too. That's something that needs to be addressed. Spaghetti. Okay, so the word mold. Where did that come into play? So so how did that come into play? Okay, so what happened was we were back on Zelmer for this one. Oh shit. So we were back on Zelmer, and I think what it was we were watching the Tight Lies infomercial, and like I was like drinking pop or something or water or something like that, and like every time they said tight, I'd be drinking, right? And every time they said tight on this thing, they would you know, they'd say tight, and then I'd have like a mouthful of water, and I'd start laughing, and like all the water started spraying everywhere, and it got all over like my bed and shit. And I said, dude, we need to clean these comforters before they get all moldy. It's not gonna go all moldy. Like, yeah, they're gonna get moldy. And I don't know. That was the big deal with that. So, with that said, back in like maybe the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, this is back when, this was probably right when like Napster came out and all that other shit. I had this idea that, okay, so I have a lot of CDs, okay? I had a lot of like CDs back then. Like I had like 400 CDs upstairs. It was all like death metal and just a lot of metal and whatever. I was into like a lot of Korn back then, Marilyn Manson, you know, shit like that. So for like 2 weeks, and I know it took me exactly 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, I went through. This was like after I got out of school and everything. I'd do my homework, and then I'd lock myself in my room, and I'd go through each of my CDs, pulling them out one by one, and taking out the booklets, and looking for any instance of the word tight or grease or stiff or mold or whatever funny word comes up, cheese, whatever, and I jot it down on a piece of paper, and I put it back, take out the next CD, go through it. I think I had like 5 pages, front and back, like 5 pieces of fucking paper, full front and back of song titles, bands, and what they said, okay? And I went through all these. After I was done jotting everything down, I got a fucking cassette tape. This is back when cassette tapes were a big thing, too. I got like a blank one, and I had like one of those stereos that can play CDs and cassette tapes as well. And it had like a recorder on it and shit. So I put the tape in there, and I started going through all of my CDs and picking out each one of them, and each one of them just goes, I just started like queuing up all these CDs to where they say these words, hitting the record when they say them. So it was just nothing but a long fucking string of. When it was done, it was just nothing but a long string of tight, tight, grease, stiff, tight, tight, grease, cheese, mold, shit. It was just like whole. And it went on for like 5 minutes, too. And I think it was like, I didn't even tell Eugene I was doing this. But then, like, he came over to one day, and I said, dude, I gotta play you something real quick. He's like, oh, what? I put in the tape, I pressed play, and it was just nothing but cheese, the shitter, tight, mold, grease, stiff, like that. It's like it was like all my CDs that said tight or stiff or mold or cheese. It was like I just recorded them saying just that. So I'm thinking about doing that again, but I want to figure out how to do it like with newer technology. Do I really have to go out and get a fucking like a blank tape to do that? It might be easier just to do it that way, because I could cut down fucking songs and then just splice them all together, but it's like, it's too much work. What I could do is I could just download all the songs and just like, I got a tape player in my garage that I could just hook up to like an MP3 player or something and just play that, and I could probably do that, but I want to try it digitally and just start cutting shit out and whatever. It might be a little smoother. But if I do it with the tape, though, I put everything onto a tape, and then with the tape I would have to I'd have to rewind it and then hook it back up to my my computer, play the tape, and let it record on the computer again. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It might be fun to try. But yeah, that's gonna be the tight song. It's just gonna be tight and grease, and it'll be like just spliced with like different bands saying tight at certain points during their songs, and whatever. Okay, so the Spaget thing. Okay, so somebody on my Facebook, okay, shared a picture they posted a picture of Bob Saget covered in like fucking spaghetti, and on the thing it said on it said Bob Spaget or something, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I just shared it again. And so then it was like last night or something. So then I got up this morning, right, and go on Facebook, and they're saying, "Oh, you need to sign in again." I'm like, "Oh shit!" That means I got banned for something, right? So I signed back into Facebook, and lo and behold, it says, "We have removed a post that you know, whatever, that violates our Facebook community. The post removed is down below." It didn't even show the post. Okay, it didn't even show what was the offending post. Where am I here? Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. They didn't even. I'll show you. I'll show you what I even. Hold up. I'll show you, kiddies, what was actually shown. Okay? And this is so fucking stupid. So here's what was actually shown. And I gotta tilt this up a little bit so that you kiddies can see it. We removed. What does it say? We removed something you posted. And right there, there should have been something that. There should have been the offending post. But I don't know what the offending post. It doesn't tell me. Do you see it anywhere? Nope. Once you press confirm, it'll then tell you that I'm on a 30-day ban. So I'm like going nuts here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's this offending post? And I know I say a lot of I know I make a lot of nonsensical posts on Facebook, but I actually went into my Facebook and tried to look at all my recent posts, like to see if there was something that I remember posting that they might have removed. And I'm looking around, and I noticed that the only thing that I noticed that was missing was that Bob Spaget picture. And I'll show you guys the picture right now. This. Hold on. This is the picture that they found was offensive. Okay? That's the one that I can't find anymore. And I go back to the chick's fucking Facebook that I got it from. Hers is still up. So I don't even fucking know. That's fucking weird. Now, the thing is that I don't know if that's the offending post or not. But I do know that it was removed somehow. So I'm gonna assume that was the post that got removed. And it's not offensive. Okay, it's not fucking. It might be stupid as shit, but it's not offensive. Oh, come on, Bob Spaget. Come on, you're gonna sit there and fucking ban me for 30 days for posting that Bob Spaget picture. No, fuck that. Good thing I got a lot of alternate accounts that I can use. You know, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was like I've been banned for like saying like racist shit before, like using the N word or whatever. But I've never been banned for something as benign as that. You know? And it's like when you look at my posts, you look at them and like the last couple of them were like the N word or something like that. But those are still up. But they took down the Bob Spaget picture. I don't know why. I don't know why that's offensive. And why would Facebook even take that down either, you know? Like why would they take that down? I do have a theory that because I've been banned so many times on Facebook before that it's gotten to the point that anybody that reports on my pictures is just gonna get a, you know, if anyone reports like happy birthday, you know, if I say happy birthday to somebody and they report it, I'm going to Facebook jail for 30 days. You know, it's probably gotten to that point. I mean, it sucks, but whatever. You know, it's actually their right to do because Facebook is a private company. They don't have to abide by free speech rules. Because free speech only applies to what is it? The government not arresting you for saying what you feel. So yeah, if I were to like say something on Facebook, and that's why I always say that I cannot be arrested for like saying stuff about Barb, you know, because yeah, she can be offended, you know, she can, you know, employers don't have to hire me for it. I get it, but I can't be arrested for it. The police can't come to my house and say, Mike, you're under arrest for talking smack about Brandy Autumn Tree Laura Robson. What? Yeah, you're gonna have to do 100 hours of community service and do 30 days in jail. You can't do that. But, you know, that's why they say with the freedom of speech, you can't be arrested, but, you know, employers could take action against it. You know, which is okay, because, you know, that's actually their right. That's why people can get away with what do you call it? That's why shit like that's why every time you hear about shit like people sending out like Klan material, you can't get arrested for that. Ugh. Okay. That's why That's why shit like NAMBLA exists. You know, think what you want about them, but you know, they still have a right to be able to say what they want, you know. Ow! Even though you might not agree with it, they still have the right to say what they want. That's why when my dad when my dad was saying, "Oh, that's a hot little girl," to whoever it was on that show, you know, that's not illegal. That's why I said, you know, as long as he's not actively partaking in little girls like that, then he can't be arrested, you know. He can't be investigated for it. That's just, you know. And yeah, I do agree. It's like and that those kind of laws too are put in place because they're put in place because you know, who's gonna be the one to judge what's acceptable and what's not, you know? So it just the law says it's you know, as long as it doesn't become something where it's like where little girls are like getting raped or whatever, it's all cool, I guess. But like I just said that too. I just said that about my dad just because he said that the reason that he had to go and tell my rich uncle that I was stealing money from them was because my rich uncle has money and I was going over there and he needed to be warned. But then I'm over there thinking, okay, so if that's true, then shouldn't my my Aunt Sandy be warned that my dad's coming over and, you know, he's saying little girls are hot, so, and my aunt has children over at that house a lot, so shouldn't she be warned? Ow, but that's just the way it is. But it's like I got banned from Facebook for saying for a picture of Bob Saget covered in spaghetti. Really? And you know it has to be like one of these stupid fucking people on my YouTube. You know, doing it. You know it has to be somebody on my YouTube reporting this shit, right? It has to be someone like what's that guy? Babe Ruth something? Or Zen? Or like Horatio Boss? It has to be one of those assholes. But, it's like, you know, like, what's the point, you know? So, in order to jab at all this, in order to I made my Facebook profile on another account. I made the profile picture to be Bob Spaget. That picture. So you want to show solidarity with the DLF. You go out and you change your Facebook profile picture to Bob Spaget. Okay. Show your solidarity. You know, just like when one of these countries has a terrorist attack, you gotta put your Facebook picture as like their flag or something for solidarity. That's the new thing. Plus, you know that Facebook can ban you for like anything too. You know, like Facebook, if like 6 different people, I think it's like 6 different people, if they report one of your posts, Facebook will remove it immediately and ban you for like a while, you know. Because I remember the one time I what was it? I reported my ex-girlfriend Amy Muss's picture as graphic violence. It was just a picture of her face, you know. But Facebook removed it, and she got like a 24-hour ban from that. Yeah, I said it was graphic violence. I only did it as a joke too. And what you know, when I seen that, I was like, holy shit! They actually banned her for that. Like, I was like, holy shit. Plus, it's like, whenever I use like the N-word, like I know ways around it now. Like whenever I use like the N-word on Facebook, I'll get banned. I just know that I will. But I figured out ways around it, like instead of writing out the word, I just put NGR. You know, just so that because they can't tell that that's the N word. It's like somehow they can't tell when it's the N word. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Whatever. Alright, that's about that.